Welcome to class 15 of secretarial practice. In this class, we are in the last topic of our second chapter, that is advantages and disadvantages of joint stock company. So, the first advantages of joint stock company. The first is large capital. The outstanding advantage is that it allows the vast mobilization of capital which otherwise is not possible to arrange. So in public company, there is no limit to the number of members. So as we know that, okay, a very large number of people will acquire interest in the company by purchasing shares of the company. So the fact is that the shares are transferable, giving an added advantage to the company for attracting greater number of people. Okay, so no other form of business organization is so well adopted in raising large amount of capital as a joint stock company. The next is vast scope for expansion. Vast scope for expansion is nothing but collecting by means of shares coupled with the earnings of the company contribute a sufficient scope for its expansion. Okay, so here the company offer an excellent scope of self-generating growth. The managerial talent supported by the vast financial leads to huge earning and to ultimate expansion of business and growth. Okay, the next we can see is limited liability. The liability is limited to amount they have invested in the business. So the liability of members of the company is limited. Members cannot be called upon to pay anything more than the nominal value of the shares held by them, right? So this encourages the people who have little to save to invest money in the company, thus providing the opportunity or a capital for a initial outlay and expansion of growth. The next is permanent existence, right? Permanent existence, it means here the life of the company does not depend upon the life of its members, right? Law creates the company and only the law can dissolve it. Okay, so company enjoys long life and its life does not depend on life or retirement of shareholders. Change of ownership and management does not affect the continuity of the business. Okay, so it is created by law and it will be dissolved by law itself. The death, insolvency, the transfer of shares of members, so does not affect this in any way. Affect all these things does not affect the existence of the company. Okay, so in nutshell, it may be said the members may come, members may go, but the company goes on forever, right? Transferability of shares. So transferability of shares says that the shares in the company are transferable and members can transfer their share without an consent of other member of the company. So the company is listed with the stock exchange and hence company shares are readily sold and purchased. As the shares are freely transferable, a shareholder can convert his holding into cash. So this facility coupled with a limited liability as an encouraging investment by general public. Okay, what happens here? Transferability of shares. Hope you understood this. Transfer of shares. The shares of the companies are easily transferable. Shareholders can convert their holdings with the cash by selling their shares, okay, at any time in a stock exchange. So this brings liquidity of investment. The next is your the democratization of ownership. So here it permits, okay, it permits all type of people. It may be big, small, venturesome or cautious, okay, so to become a part of owners. It permits the use of skills and initiative of the able entrepreneurs. So his expert knowledge and the business ability which would otherwise be lost to the community, right? So the fact that relatively small amount of capital can be mobilized and employed collectively, so result in what the Marshall call, so democratization, okay, of ownership as distinguished from the control of business. The next is organized intelligence, right? Organized intelligence. So the power of capital is supplemented by organizing the intelligence, so which makes for the increase efficiency of direction and management. So the skills and flexibility of administration is enhanced as a result of limited liability and entity idea. So the wisest and the most skillful directors so may be chosen, and one found insufficient or indifferent could be removed here. The company being independent on any single man. So the organized intelligence of board of directors and other top managers is available for a sound and bold policies. The next is your public confidence, right? So how public keep confidence, right? Company requires or is required to submit their financial statements to the government, and the accounts are audited by the auditor to make the accounts free from errors and frauds. So this will enable the company to enjoy what? Public confidence. And these are the advantages of your advantages of joint stock company. So here the next topic we move is regarding the disadvantages of joint stock company. So first it says difficulty in formation. The legal requirements and the formalities required to be complied. So they are very much, or we can say there are so many rules and regulations. The cost involved is quite heavy, we say, right? So it has an approach large number of people for its capital. It cannot start its business unless it gets its incorporation certificate. It has to be obtained. So this is a granted after long period. So when all the formalities are completed, it takes very a long time. So the formation of company is a difficult task. So then the sole proprietorship, okay, it requires lots of formalities to be performed at the time of establishment. It must be prepared, or it must prepare its registration certificate of commencement, certificate of incorporation, then the memorandum of association, articles of association, prospectus. The company also has to print the share certificate and publish its prospectus through advertisement. So many things or many formalities should be moved through. The next is your fraudulent management. So fraudulent management. So this is a very famous, or we can say the common feature of many company. The promoters and the directors may include in fraudulent practices. So the company law has devised various methods to check the fraudulent practices, but they have not proved to check them completely, right? So in the form of organization, decision are not made or so wrong decision or a fraudulent decision is been made collectively, so it is very difficult to find it out. Okay, the next is delay in decision making. So how it makes delay in decision making? So we say all important decisions are taken by whom? The board of directors. Decision making process is a time consuming process. So many opportunities may be costly because of delay in decision making. So the promptness of decision, which is common feature of sole tradeship and partnership, is not found in the company. Okay, the next is your monopolistic power. Monopolistic power means there are general tendency for company organization to form themselves into combination exercising monopolistic power, so which may react determinantly to other procedures in the same line or the consumers of the commodity produced, right? Monopolistic in nature. Then the next it says lack of secrecy. So lack of secrecy. What do you understand with this lack of secrecy? So there is no secret or everything will be disclosed, right? Everything will be disclosed. So it says that company cannot maintain secret of its financial position every year. Financial annual statements are distributed among shareholders, register of the company, banks, etc. So this disclose helps the competitor to know about the stronger and weaker point of the concern. Okay, so secrecy is not maintained here. The next, lack of credit standing. So the company cannot enjoy high credit standing because of limited liability. So if the assets are insufficient to pay off all the debts, so the personal property of the shareholders cannot be utilized. The next is lack of personal interest. Okay, lack of personal interest. So shareholders do not take part in management of the business. So it is managed by its employee, right? So it is managed by its employee. So what happens if it is managed by its employee? Okay, who only take interest to the extent of their assigned tasks to justify their salaries. Okay, they don't have a personal interest and growth of company. So what does it mean? For whatever they receive as a salary or remuneration, according to that they work and they do not give much importance to other things, right? So these are the disadvantages of joint stock company, and the advantages we have already dealt in this class only. So the thing is, I did not explain you about the difference between private company and public company. But what is private company? What is public company? So this we have dealt in detail, right? And the same thing you have studied in your previous classes. Previous classes means in your PU it may be. So you can easily differentiate it. So again I am not going to put a differentiation chart and explain you that. So already I have explained it separately. So now you can compare it or you can differentiate the both companies. Okay, thank you.